I'm gonna make a fire. I'm gonna start a fire. Fuck, man. I put that down too far. Oh, this is broke. Oh, we got another project. Another project that we may or may not get to. We'll see. This fire don't give a fuck if you're sick or not. It's cold out here. Fuck. Why is that fucking thing turning? Oh, because that's broke. That's why. Oh, no. Well, son of a bitch. Let's see what I can do quick. I just got the snow all over myself. Son of a bitch. Oh, it didn't rip the rest of the way off yet. That one? Is my windshield cracked over there? It better not be. God damn it. I'll have to leave this thing on for a minute. Wow, the fucking right side went before the left side one time. I'll lose you for 2 seconds. That was the first time I ever had that one happen. Hey, whose tracks are these? My tracks. Huh. Oh yeah, let's go see. I'll leave this thing run for a minute. What is going on here? We hook back up. Oh, what is this? So apparently, I've been watching. I got some. This is a credit card in the mail. I never ordered no fucking credit card though, so Why did they do this? Fucking strange to me. I don't get it. Oh. God damn, it's cold outside. I don't know what it is in here. I didn't have a fire yesterday. It's 47 degrees in the shop today. I've been too sick to even do anything. I had an MRI yesterday. They already got me the results back today. That don't sound right. You know what else don't sound right? The fact that when you tell a doctor something, they try to do the opposite. Like, you don't tell me. Yeah, I don't know why I got this card, but fuck this card. I'll end up losing it any goddamn way. Fuck. Yeah, I do not feel well. I got so many things I'd like to do and just cannot do them. We're gonna go start a fire out there though, because it's cold as shit outside. My skid steer needs work. Fucking everything I got needs work. Even my truck I got stashed over there needs work. A fucking shiny piece of shit. It's always hidden. That needs work. That needs work. That needs work. This definitely needs work. I got a handle on some parts for it though. Slowly but surely. We'll get them. I've been listening to people because that's all I can fucking do anymore is lay in my chair and go, and listen to people yammering on the fucking interwebs. We're all trying to fight the same damn thing, though. Existence. We're all trying to fight existence, you know? Or navigate it, or whatever the fuck we're doing. Hey, there's my welding cap. See, I put stuff right in plain view. And it's just like the government, man. I miss it every time. Even though they got red flags everywhere, we're still missing the points. They're trying to fuck us at every cost. I gotta feed the birds today. I ain't been doing nothing. Damn. And then when I get out here, I'm so far behind on one thing or another that I bounce around and disarray and shit. I'm not used to that. I didn't get what I got from being unorganized dummy, you know? And that's half the part that kills me the most. What would you rather have, food or water? I put 2 lights in the chicken coop the other day. So that ought to be a way better. I think we'll go feed them guys first because I ain't done it in 2 days. But they had a ton of food in there last time I was in there. Can I use this? Sure, why not? Yeah, and if you watch and you listen more than you speak on the interwebs, you see different aspects of life depending on your location. East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, you know, Southern, Northern. It's all different. It's all different. People's feelings. People get fucking feelings hurt easily in this country. Easily. Mama! Mama, do you think they'll try to drop the bomb? You know, you can see the passion in some people's eyes. You can hear it in their voice. You know, you can even see when someone's been led astray and then found their way again. Watered down food. Yeah, in the summer I usually do that, especially with this type. Especially for chickens and shit. especially if they can't get at gravel and stuff. And people that have chickens, they don't realize that the gizzard is what crushes up the food, and you really should be giving hards to the fucking chickens, you know. I only got 4 chickens left this year, so I don't gotta do as much, but it's hard over here on the lake because there's so many predators, you know. There's a lot of predators. I mean, you name it. Owls, raccoons, fox, coyote, wolf. We got big cat. I mean, we got everything. Eagles. We got a lot of winged predators around. So it's hard to keep, especially when you don't like locking nothing up in a cage because it hurts your feeling. That hurts my feeling. I don't like seeing no locks on nothing. Fuck it. You come and steal it from me. If I don't kill you first, you needed it more than me. That's my philosophy. Okay, so other than that, not condoning theftery, but that's just me, you know? Because I would love to fucking skin a cat. Probably too sick, though. They probably take advantage of me. All right. We'll go feed these pricks quick. If I can reach it all the way over there. I'm going to do something about this interwebs here in the spring as far as longevity goes, because it's just out of sight of my sawmill. It cuts out, but I think if I got a couple options, so we'll see on that. Because I'm going to be getting into a lot more milling, I hope, and building of stuff. I hope. That's what the plan is anyway. Fuck. And I can't drive with one hand. We'll see if this lights have been doing their job here. I'm gonna cut out, but bear with me, I'll be right back. Although a couple times, sometimes it cuts out, sometimes it doesn't, so I don't know, I don't fucking know. I can't fit. You dead in here, guys? Oh, there's some fucking feathers. God damn it. Might be gone, hey? Who was it? Oh no, there's only 2 of yous left, hey? Well, shit. I don't know, guys. I don't know, they're gone, hey? Son of a bitch. Look at this. That ain't good, people. Fuck. Got ya? Ah, shit. That sucks. So they got my rooster now. And they got my big hen. I'm gonna have to come hunting. Or set it, I'm gonna have to put that live trap in here. Well, that sucks, man. See, what the fuck? There's always gonna be the prey and the preyed. Just the way it's gonna be. The cycle of life. Ah, shit, it's cold. It's cold as hell. Well, yeah, it's just a part of it, man. When you don't lock your animals up, they get got. you know? And unfortunately, my health is not allowing me to do the normal things I do. So it is what it is. And last year I had one bird make it. Sometimes they'll go up in this. No, he's gone for sure. He's got to be gone. Damn, I don't see any tracks either because of the snow. And they went right up in there, so I'm guessing coyote or fox. That's what I'm guessing. An owl will flip in there and nail them, but they don't usually leave that many feathers behind, so I gotta wonder if whoever got that red just sat in there and snacked while it was nasty out. But you gotta think, if you're starving, man, you're gonna go and get them. Damn. I'm gonna try it. I hate to even say this, but this year, this spring, I'll get ducks and everything again like I do every year. But I think what I'm gonna do differently is I'm gonna pen them in this time because I'm just sick of rebuying the son of a bitches. I had one set of eggs that reproduced, or chickens that reproduced, and then in one foul swoop, something came in and ate all of them. I gotta get some gloves on. Yeah, they decimated them. And then ever since then, I just kind of been like, fuck it, you know? Ooh, I gotta go inside till these warm up. Shit. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. Man. I need to come and do those 2 garage doors is what I really should do. 2 left hands. What the fuck? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright, I got some gloves. Man, that sucks. Oh well. Where did I put that at? In my pocket. Take this trash. I'll try to light a fire here quick. Leg bone and everything. It's wild. Wild, wild west. do love watching people wake up to fucking reality, though, whether it's online or not. There's a lot of pretenders out there. You know, they don't give a fuck. They're chasing a dollar bill or whatever, you know. Oh, see this thing cut off again. Oh, see this thing cut off again. I don't know where I lost it. See if that catches. Yeah, I'm just not your average motherfucker. You know, most people will end up drowning in their shallow pond that they live in. I mean, there's a lot of people that think they're a lot deeper than they are, too. You know, as you grow older, you learn that the more you sit, watch, and listen, and shut the fuck up, the more you hear and realize. But, you know, you could sit there wanting and then be disappointed too. So, man. I watch all kinds of stuff on the interwebs. And by all kinds of stuff, I mean real stuff. People talking about real things. People doing real things. I got more of a mechanical mindset, so that's where I try to spend most of my time. My biggest struggle in my life has always been being intimate with people. Letting people in. And it's because of the traumas of my past and how I perceived the world from a young age, and violence to a mid-age, and then going to prison and all this other shit, you know. I ain't got no blames, really. It's just, this is the facts, you know. Kind of like when people talk about history, you know. It's easy to pick one thing out and try to elaborate on that, and then people get the wrong impression because you're talking truth about this, and they're like, well, what about this? Well, why ain't there yet? The fuck you mean? You know, it's just, yeah, I've never been good at talking to people on that level of intimacy, of give and take, because I've always felt taken from. And when it not necessarily has that always been the case either. You know, I've not always been taken from. I've met a lot of good people that have given as well. Or reciprocated is a better word. I've also met people that reciprocated until it wasn't enough for them, and then they started to take. Which is a motherfucker in its own self. People that know me know that I started this channel because I don't know my lineage, and it'd be cool to be able to sit and listen to my grandfather tell it the way he felt it and saw it. So that's what I'm going to leave for my kids. Something they can go back and say, look, oh, you want to see fucking grandpa? This motherfucking guy was belligerent at times, on point at times, completely wrong at times. But he wanted to leave us something. Regardless, if it was just some words of fucking gibberish. Gotta catch my breath here. I never had nothing given to me in my whole life. So when I hear people complaining about this and that, usually I make wise ass remarks to get a rebuttal, which is childish, I know, but at the same time, do I give a fuck really? A little bit. Is everybody going through something? Fuck yeah, they are. You just don't know what people are going through. Today's day and age, man, people got so much information at the tips of their finger, I think it actually makes them more confused. More confused than ever. And this country's been through fucking the gauntlet. Not that others haven't, but I ain't in other countries, so it's not for me to give a fuck about other countries. Sure, I'd love to be a plethora of knowledge throughout the fucking ages and times and places, but that ain't never gonna happen because I don't care enough. Because everything actually comes down to how much you care about one thing or another. If I didn't give a fuck about this chainsaw right here, I'd just cut until it was smoking solid. You know, teeth be all wore off and I'd be grinding it out there in the gravel, but I wouldn't be getting nowhere either, you know. It'd take me 5 hours to cut a log instead of 5 minutes. I don't know. But I appreciate the people that do come on and listen to me ramble about nothing. What do we got here? Yeah, a lot of good people and a lot of people just pretending to be good. Yeah, that's it, you know. Everybody's chasing after the almighty dollar in this day and age because it brings a state of mind that everything's going to be okay. And for the most part, it would be. If you had $1 billion in your pocket, what would you do? I know what I wouldn't do. I can't really say what I would do. How about you just, and see, that's the thing, you can't do hypotheticals. Well, what would you do? Well, you don't know until you have it, you know? You might fucking find yourself dead in a couple months, you know? You might find yourself taken advantage by people that you thought loved you. You might, all kinds of shit. You might end up dying of a fucking aneurysm. You don't know. But I'll tell you one thing about this world that I live in. You cannot help any motherfucking buddy around you unless you can help yourself first. Zero. And if you haven't seen my channel before, you know this is where I come from. I come from a place of hardship and determination and ability to do so. If I wasn't good with my hands, I'd still be in the Me Too fucking crowd going, fuck them, yeah, fuck them, me too. But now I still say fuck them, but I still enjoy the things that I've created for myself. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I live for my kids right now more than I live for myself, actually. And in the Great White North, it's so fucking cold that we hibernate in the winter, especially if we don't have our health. I think all of us live in this fantasy that we think that one day we'll all just be able to be happy. But it doesn't work that way because there's so many different fucking scenarios of happiness that will never all be in the same book, let alone on the same page. What's up, Carol? Ernie? But like some of these cats on here, they're like, if we can all just accept the past and acknowledge it a little bit, it could set the foundation for a better future. Is that right? Might be. Maybe. You'll never know unless you try it. But then here comes fucking big old greed, kicking the doors down every time it gets a chance. What about me? What about, don't you want to be, fulfill that little fucking void in your head for 5 minutes quick? Well, kinda, but yeah, come on, come with me. The fucking greed, man, is a motherfucker. And then you got the hopeless out there that just ain't never gonna get right. And they compound with the greed. And it's like, damn, I didn't know I needed headgear with this boxing gloves. Fuck. And then we got a tyrannical government trying to keep all its fucking followers happy by padding their fucking pockets with the taxpayer money. It's a vicious cycle, man. It's a vicious cycle. So if you got your health, you're winning. Is the name of the game. If you got your health, you're winning. Because the possibilities are endless. Depending on how you pursue them. I gotta go soak this fire one more time. It should be going by now. I wanted to go ice fishing the other week there so bad that I couldn't. Because my health wouldn't allow it. The cold wouldn't allow it. I'm going to try it. If I don't go one time this year, I'll be damned. I want to bring my kids at least one time. I used to go all the time fishing when I was younger. Yep, easy times make weak people, but you know, when there's so much dictation from the government, how many government jobs are postal workers? You know, they got this so-called forefront of workers, that the essential workers and all this shit. They're all just clubs, you know, different clubs. If you ain't in the club, you ain't in the club, woe is me. It ain't about color no more, it's about green. Green, green grass. Even back in the day, you had that green, green grass, you were in. Nobody want that swag. Nobody want that fucking Mexican dirt. Brickweed. Fuck, man. Money ain't hard to get. If you got the right mentality, money's the easy part. It's keeping that money that's hard. Keeping that loyalty and trust in the population, that's the hard part. Fuck was that noise? That sounded like white rabbits. Bump, bum, da dum dum. Bump, bum, ba dum bump. Bump, bum, ba dum bump. And those who mothers gave it. Oh. Well, that comes right back to, everything comes back to family. Look at the Amish. Family life is everything in this world. People don't understand that. And with a community of family come a community of friendships and understanding too. Fucking the black culture got decimated with welfare and everything else. There's so many playing fields. There's so many levels of fucking bullshit out there. They did that so we wouldn't find the path, you know? The path to be like, fuck the bullshit. Fuck the bullshit. Give me the truth. Let me make my own decision. No, they want to keep on with the commercials and the bullshit, the propaganda. They just want to keep that going because that's profitable. And my mom had 13 kids in her family. I'm one of 9 in split households. So my dad remarried and my mom remarried. But me and my sister were the originals. I got 2 brothers on my dad's side that died of fentanyl. I got friends and family that have perished for greed and fucking poverty and everything else. And cancer's been rampant. I mean, we all deal with these things across the fucking world, really. They just don't publicize it the same. Every country's got a different depiction of their country. So if you go to the UK or if you go to Africa, we think differently of those two, and they also think differently of us. It's all fucked. Because the propaganda war machine is still out there in full fucking swing, swinging them nuts around like, yeah, fuck around and try it. And we're going to take all this fucking might that we've always had, and we're going to drop them motherfuckers on your chin, and then we're going to see who can swim and who can't. It's hard to beat a system that you pay to stand on your neck. That's why I'm a fucking homebody, and I don't give a fuck no more. It just, until it comes onto my property, then I'll give a fuck. And that's a sad place to be in. That is a sad place to be in. I couldn't imagine living in a city. I've lived in a city. I've lived in Chicago before, and it just, I don't like the cities. Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, all over the fucking place, Midwest. I always relate everything back to prisons. Only because I've been there and I've seen it, you know? And not every prison is the same. And the prison doesn't make the people make the prison. And it's the same thing with everywhere in the country, everywhere in the world. The people make that motherfucker. Everywhere in the world's got a corrupt government trying to take care of their own. Just what it is. Been that way forever. And then people, when they feel it slipping, they just create chaos and war. That's what they do. Yeah, most people do actually, for the most part, want the same thing. It's crazy how it could be so far off and so close at the same time. It's semantics. It's the ignorant people of the world are the majority, and that's how they get away with it. But with phones and everybody being able to just dial it up, hey, what is this? Blah, 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 blah. That's why Elon Musk buying Twitter was such a huge deal, because he exposed them bitches for what they are. Infiltrators, propagandists, liars and thieves. But then at the same time, you look at some of the shit and you're like, well, is it all just a big scam? You know? Can't pinpoint it. Which brings me back to making sanctuary for myself. This shop, fuck, I don't give a fuck about nothing outside this shop unless my kids are there. And I will not pay thousands of dollars to a fucking corrupt system to fucking tell me bullshit. I'd rather die and leave it to my kids to fuck off. You know, that's what it is. I'll go get a quick fucking claim marriage, leave it all to my woman and be like, you deal with it, I'm out. Have fun, do what you can. Find a pool boy, where the fuck, good luck. My kids would tear their ass up either way. Because I do not bullshit my kids at all costs. Feelings and all. Fucking put them on a shelf. You're getting truth. You decipher it later. It'll come to you in a dream, I guarantee you. Not a good role model? Who ain't? You're not a good role model? The only way you can be not a good role model is if you're some kind of sexual deviant or a straight lying thief. Elon Musk, I don't know. He's got a lot of kids, you know. I don't know him like that, so I can't say. We will find out, I'll tell you that much, in our lifetimes. You know, I'm knocking on 50's door, so who knows? Health problems. We're going to see another pandemic, guaranteed. Who knows what will happen? I've been in the fucking trenches my whole life, and until that pandemic, I never felt bad. And then I've never took the jab or nothing like that either. Then I got sick and it's just been compounded, but could be from a lot of years of drug use too, you know, I just don't know. But either way, I'm not gonna work my life away and put my kids on the back burner. That's just me. But I planned ahead of time. I did so well in such a short period of time that I'm able to live within my means now and take care of my kids as much as I possibly can, as much as I know how to anyway. And I also picked 2 decent women to take care of my kids with decent families too. So that's a huge part of it. I'm lucky enough to have that foresight. I wasn't just dropping the kids off at any fucking fishing hole I saw. Yeah, I mean, everything's debatable. The end is when it's dark and you are no more. But there's still people going to be going forward. I try not to look in things that deep because it really means nothing. We can't put our hands on it anyway. And philosophical things like that, it doesn't do you no good. Like the space program, I don't know. People argue to the death about that. Well, how do you think we got this and that and this? Well, I'll tell you how we didn't get it. Pissing away trillions, hundreds of trillions of dollars on a fucking rocket going to nowhere. To the firmament, you know? Quit pissing on me and telling me it's raining. That's all I ask of the whole fucking system. You know, quit lying to us. That's it. The only thing I give a fuck. But they won't do that because there's no fucking money in the truth. Actually, you're pretty close to that. What I did was I took all my hate, anger, and anguish and channeled it into a workaholic until it pretty much damn near killed me. And then I had kids, and I was like, well, might as well fucking put the cruise control on and take care of these kids. It's the least I could do for bringing them into this fucked up world. So anytime I get a clear view of fucking today's life, I come out and fuck around in the shop. That's it. There ain't no more depth than that to me. Trying to learn how to use a lathe. I picked this lathe up. It was broken. I picked that end mill up, or that Bridgeport knee mill. That was broken. I got them both running. You know. What's up, Scott? No work today or break time? Probably the end of break time. I thought I'd come out and start a fire because I didn't yesterday. Yeah, there's something going around, you know. I'm on the tail end of it now, but I was really sick there this last fucking 12 days. I had my MRI yesterday. I got the results back this morning. I've never heard of that before. Usually it takes a while. But anytime I go to the doctor, I'm like, it's in my heart. It's got to be in my heart, my carotid somewhere. The lack of blood flow. Because anytime I get moving, then I do a nosedive. But then you read there's long COVID is having all these, you know, you can't get the truth out of any of these motherfuckers. Yeah, well, it's either or. It's head, nose, throat, and gut. A lot of people have been puking for a week straight. It's, you know, it's an exacerbated fucking flu. And it spreads through the school system like a wildfire. And nobody can afford to leave their kids home and take work off because they're so far in debt they can't fucking breathe. I'm so lucky I don't have that problem. I thought my light was broken on the skid steer for a minute. It looked like it was broken from here. It ain't. It's my little doodad thing that I use. What did they say for the MRI? They said the MRI was clean, but I don't know. I've never had an MRI that took 15 minutes before, so they were probably looking for something really specific because I have blackout. I've been having some blackouts, so I don't know. You know, they're not going to go and do... Insurance dictates what they can do, so I'm sure in the paperwork, the fine print, something that we don't get, it says only do this. So I don't know what they fucking looked at. But we happen to have some friends of ours that are really good with all that shit, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think it's a heart issue myself. Because I remember my stepdad had the same issues, and I gave him a hard time over it too. Fucking... I think it's part of the reap what you sow scenario, actually. Like, get your bum ass up. Well, I don't know, but you can't help to think of them type of things, though. But he got stents and he felt better. And I've known other people that had stents and felt better too, but I initially took off work. I initially took off work because I started getting ringing in my ears, and I was just, for years prior to that, I'd be working on a job and I always got headaches or lightheaded. Well, then it got debilitating, right? So I said, well, I'll just relax for a while. My ankles, everything was hurting me. I said, I'll just take a year off. I'll recuperate and I'll go back at it. Well, it didn't get better. So I just been riding it out. Now 4 years later, and it's getting worse. So I do what I can. I fuck around in the shop and I mess with my kids, and that's it. Yeah, man is not to be trusted for sure, because temptation's a motherfucker, and I never fucked with the Bible or none of that shit. But there's a lot of truth in the Bible because it's based on his story. So that'd be cool though if there was an afterlife. It'd be even cool if we came back as something else. Reincarnation and shit. I don't know. You never know. I do know that I've known a lot of good people that left this world early. And I know a lot of bad people still hanging in there. So, fuck that is all about. I don't know. So I seen on here, I've been listening to this cat, and he's talking about how people are in the woe is me and the poor me, and they're sitting around waiting for something to happen. And I relate that to myself in a way of when I went through my divorce, and there's more to it, but even when I went to prison and got out of prison, if I just sat there and felt sorry for myself and never did a goddamn thing about it, I'd be 10 times worse off. Like in my divorce in particular, they took everything I worked hard for and froze it and pretty much gave it to her, to my ex-wife, and said, do as you will. Now, for someone that built the house and fucking cleared the property and put in the power, literally by myself, basically, 98% by myself, to have that taken from me, I had to go there, kick the door in, and went to jail for stealing my own shit back so I could go to a job I had to do. Well, yeah, that's probably some of it, because all this happened. I went through a divorce and the pandemic all at the same time. Plus had a toddler and 50-50 custody of a toddler, all this shit. But anyways, the point is, if I just sat down and felt sorry for myself, I'd be 10 times worse off. So people that have that poor me mentality, they're never going to get ahead. Never. I had this place paid off by the time I got the settlement from the house I got. You know, I had built this, went into a little bit of debt from a friend of mine, borrowed some money, bought this land, built this place. And by the time the courts allowed me my 25% of what I fucking earned, I had already had this paid off, you know? Yeah, no, it's, you know, and that's why they call doctor type shit practice, you know, because they don't fucking know. It's all practice. Zero liability. Look at Dr. Fauci. That bitch ain't got no liability. He killed fucking who knows how many people. Giving taxpayer money to fucking gain a function. And then he gets pardoned before he gets charges? What the fuck kind of shit is that? Every once in a while I get hope that people are waking up to it all. But then I realize when you've paid a conglomerate so much money to stand on your neck, you're only breathing because they allow it. Yeah, they sure do. And there's laws in this country against monopoly, hey? Our fucking governing is the monopoly. We fuck with everybody's shit because they all ran here and got into this club. That's why more people need to decisively read the history before it gets washed away. And they call it whitewashing. Well, they're diluting the facts. They're diluting the facts so they can maintain their fucking prisons. metaphorically and figuratively. And like I said, there's too many fucking ignorant people out there that millie mouth and really don't really give a fuck, but they want to give their 2 cents for 5 minutes, and then they're gonna jump off to fucking Susie Baker's to hit a fucking bump and run down the street and get some, it just, there's not enough ride or die people out there anymore. And the world's a lot bigger the world isn't bigger than it is, but the population is bigger than it ever was. So that makes things even more confusing because you got too many fucking chiefs and not enough Indians. And then on the other hand, you're like, well, I don't need nobody telling me how to live my life. Well, do you? Do you? I don't know if that's true. That's why we don't give 6-year-olds the right to vote. Some never come out of that mentality. And some are inbred into that mentality as stupid, too. They're not going to change our school systems because the union's greed got into them. Same thing with the police and everything. It's all about that dollar bill and how to keep it in your pockets. That's why that fucking song went fucking ballistic right away. Whatever his name is there. The dollar ain't shit. Because it struck a chord of truth. It's hard to strike that chord too and get every people on the same page. That's why when it happens, it's such a big deal. But then people forget real fast, and that's why they're able to whitewash fucking history, because people forget too fast. Yeah, and that's fine. That's your prerogative. I like living in the sticks myself. I'd never move to the city. Fuck that. I hate the city. I hate this city. Our population's only about 30,000. I can't stand going to the city. I don't even like leaving the property. And I got the ability to make everything self-sustaining too, to a point. We'll see. We'll see. I lost 2 more chickens last night. Or the night before. Lost my little rooster. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's got to pick what matters to them, I guess. But this thing broke on me. I don't know if I might have to make a metal sleeve that goes in here. I might make a sleeve. I don't know, I'm gonna have to see. I might have to drill that out. I think I'd have to redo all this though, and this thing looks like it's put together in such a way that it can't be fucked with, but I'm sure there's reverse clips on it. Yeah, I might not be able to fuck with that. I see some pins. This plastic, though, they make it so it snaps in, and if you try to get it apart, it breaks. So I might be fucked altogether on that. Not that this thing is used very much. It's more for when I'm sitting in my chair and I got this thing extended out that it doesn't slip like this. Junk, more imported junk that we don't need, so tariff the shit out of it. Fuck them. Yeah, I got about just about everything you could think of in this fucking shop. I could probably do it all 10 times in here. I probably could press that in. And, oh, see that? I just broke off all the way right there. Bam. So that just presses on there. It'd be nice to just I can make all this shit. It just take a while is all. Damn. Now the damn things look like my ex-wife. Somebody will want it though. Yeah, so I'm kind of waiting until I feel a little bit better before I get back into that backhoe. I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take the sizes. I got it all written down and over by my chair, so when I make the phone call, I'll get the sizes of the rams and the inner dimension of the tubes, and I'll order a seal kit for something modern. And who knows, I might even end up getting a gland and then just modifying it to fit my barrel, but we will see. I think if I just get these 3 going, I'll be able to do something with them. What's up, bootleg? I feel like straight shit, but I had to come out here. It's been a while. You have to recap on when I post this to see exactly what I was saying, because my memory don't work no more. $11 yesterday, I did my MRI, and I got the test results before 10 o'clock this morning, which doesn't make any sense to me. I've never had an MRI's test results back that fast. So it makes you wonder what kind of fuckery's been going on with that. I'm trying to get a better view here. Yeah, they said it was all negative on the results for the brain scan. I told you, when you tell a doctor to do one thing, they're going to do another. And when the doctors ask you, well, where do you want to start? What the fuck kind of question is that? I don't know. I'm telling you what the fuck's the symptoms are. You tell me. Fuck you mean? Where do I want to start? I've had 2 MRIs in the last couple months. One on my back, which was bad. And then this one on my brain. They're trying to find out I think it's stent related, like a heart problem where I'm not getting circulation because I run out of breath real fast. And anytime I overexert myself, I get pukey sick. Now, if I was a doctor and someone told me that, I would say, here, this is what we need to do. But nowadays, they got these fucking doctors so scared they got to only do what the insurance company says instead of what the fuck they need to do. So that's where I'm at with all that. And I'm starting to lose hope with it altogether, to tell you the truth. And I'm fine with it. So that's how much fuck I give. Pretty fucked up, really. So, just like everyone, the beat goes on. The beat goes on. Do, 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 do. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. The brain keeps the rhythm to the feet. La-di-da-di-da. much shit everywhere. You know what? I put that shit over there. I was trying to show you about this and I put it way over here. So the main thing I see about this type of stuff in my research is the glands of the modern piston are narrower, and they're usually a guide ring in the middle and then your two push and pulls on the ends. So if I got to remake a gland to fit some modern, and then see, it's all fucked because the piston here, this is a squeeze. This squeezes the gland packing onto the rod, and then this, I guess, is the piston. But they don't really make them like this anymore. They make everything in such tight tolerance that you don't need this gland packing. So it's going to be a hard swap unless I can get a new piston and gland to fit this. I'm pretty much fucked. And I can't get this one out yet because it's probably, this is pressed in there so much that it's hard to pull. But once I get this out and be able to mess with this, I'll be able to see more. It's just this one was so deteriorated, I can't get any dimensions besides these dimensions off of it. And I can't tell if it's like, here's all the stuff that I got out of there that was salvageable. Like, here's the inner packing. Here's the wiper. So this is what goes in here. And then there's an O-ring, but the O-ring's completely gone. Because there's still shit built up in there. So this packing goes down in there, and this crushes that to give it an extra couple thousandths of an inch to press on the outer wall and on here. And actually, I think it's just for this ceiling. Hard to say. It's so fucked up. And then your wiper, which was torn off, that goes on there. And then all these packing material went on these to make up your pull and push and pull. And it looked like there's another O-ring that goes in there. These did not survive. See, I'm hoping that the pieces in here survived. Because if I can get a whole set that survived in there, I'll just put them in a bag, send them out, and try to have them match them up. But either way, this is our main course that we're dealing with here. And what I'm thinking is that these individuals were just like this, but on a bigger scale. Because if you take and look at this little ring, this hard ring, that squishes these guys together to make up that seal. I did end up with one that was broken out of the bigger packing. But I don't know, did this have one here and one there and one here and one there? I don't know, because it was all destroyed. And then you got your inner workings here. And they're so ratty that, well, I guess that is a V there. That's kind of a full one. And it is a V, so it's a V packing. But when you try to look into this stuff in the 60s, nobody wants to fuck with it no more. They're just like, nope, buy a new one for $3,500. Well, I need 3 of them. Well, you might as well buy a brand new machine. Throw that one away. Because that's the way this world is now. Throw it the fuck away. Oh, that human's doing bad things. Throw him away. He's garbage. You know, that's the world we're living in today. Everything's garbage. This is a... You're too wound up, buddy. You're running on 12,000 RPM all day. Calm down. Bootleg, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. My RPM is down 75% of what it used to be. Yeah, this is a backhoe. A Sherman Power Digger, 1169. Ford New Holland is who made it back in the day. Sherman Power Digger, 1169, off a F9 tractor, I believe. But the thing is, it's just discontinued. So, exactly, Miles. We're in a throwaway society. And most people ain't got the brains to overcome the situation. So, if I had all my fucking mentality that I used to have, I would have got the seals in and started making all this new shit to try to do it. Even if I failed, I would have still tried to do it. And I will. It's just I've been sick all the fucking time. So. Yep. It is what it is. So I got a name of a guy who runs an actual seal company that only deals with seals. They don't care what it comes off or none of that. They make the seals. And, I've looked everywhere. So anyway, I came up with a seal company that said, well, usually when it comes to something like this, what they do is they try to find the whole parts, send it to me, and I'll try to match it up or give you your best case scenario. So that's where I'm at. I just haven't got them together. What I need to do is get this one out. And if this one's all broken, I'll do the next one and try to get that out. And try to come up with a full set. Even if they're damaged a little bit. I mean, I'll probably end up sending these as well. But these are so far gone that, you know. And all the books that I found with this in it, they don't give proper dimensions. And you need, when you're talking about thousandths of an inch, you kind of want those dimensions. Of course, I have these dimensions, but... And really, the stroke and the bore are your crucial things, but we'll see. I'll come up with something, regardless. But I was just kind of letting people know where I was at with that so far. Been sick, can't do nothing. Talk and watch other people talk on the interwebs, that's about it. Grab these gloves, I'm gonna shut this light off. I'm gonna check the fire. We'll go look at the lake really quick. Cat? Nah, cat don't want to fuck with nothing unless it's their own shit. I got friends that work down at Caterpillar near me. The problem is the machine is just so damn old. You know, it's a 1960s model shit. You know, we've progressed a lot since the 60s, believe it or not. Even though raping your wife was only abolished in 1978, we've come a long way since the 60s. True fact. I dated and married a girl that went through her master's program in social work, so I tend to know a lot more than I probably should about things that I shouldn't know about. Plethora of sort, connoisseur of much, master of none. That's me. Give a fucks are far and few. My truck's still running. Oh, look at the windshield's clear though. Fire's going, so I got one goal done today. Not that I had a big list. I'm missing 2 chickens, bootleg. I know it's because of you, bastard, you. You fucking shot them with your slingshot or something. I know it was you. There was a chicken leg left there. Woo! Working for a living, living and a working. Come on. Trying to get that to drop down. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Yes, sir. Yeah, that might be the case. Find an old survivor. That ain't too hard. I can't get my glove off. Whew. I got a lot of shit I need to do, or want to do, I should say. I started that Jeep a while back, but I redid the front and rear axles. And then I got to looking in the undercarriage and the chassis and the tub, and I ended up tearing it all off there. Now I'm gonna tear the motor off of it. The engine's crooked, the fucking axles are welded. It's a pile of shit. I was trying to sell it at first, that's how it started. All right, let me give you the whole story on the Jeep. A friend of mine dated this chick that was getting a divorce, and I bought it from her because it was cheap. And it sat here for a couple years, and then finally I was like, I'll just sell it. And then I went to sell it and then found out how much was wrong with it, and I didn't want to sell it because it was a piece of shit. So I thought I'll just fix it up. So I started to get into it, and it was just so fucked up that I ended up, I'll just keep it and make it nice, and I'll keep it for myself. Well, I started doing the tub on it. It's fiberglass, this piece. And I fucked that up because I never did fiberglass before. So I rolled it out of the shop and left it, and that's where it sat. So what I need to do is get it back in the shop and start working on it. But then I keep picking up other little projects. So eventually we'll get back to that. But there it sits for now. No harm, no foul. But it's got a V8 Vortec 5.3 motor, and it ran, I drove it. It ran decent. But it had some shakes and wobbles that I didn't like. And I also have a friend that puts ungodly amounts of money into things. Exactly, somebody rigged it all up for an off-road beater. But they put a lot of money into it because there is some things in there that I like. Otherwise, it would have just went right down the road. But I got it so cheap that I'll do what I want when I want with it, and that's just what it is, because that's what I do. I am not tied or bound to any fucking thing except for my kids and my woman. So other than that, it'll get done when it gets done. And this channel is about just that. Watching me do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know? Money permitting. But this spring, we're going to be doing one of two things, if not both, for sure. And one is making a handicap accessible treehouse out in the back 40. And the other one, which may even precede the first, is building a 4-season room out on the lake so I can do my little video casting shit and sit there and die if I have to. And not only that, in the summertime when you're on the beach and it's real hot, it really sucks because there's nowhere to hide from the sun. So I might run power out there and do all kinds of cool shit this summer. But all that depends on my health, because that's the only fucking thing that can set me back in this world is my health. I don't give a shit. Here we go. Can we get to the other server before it drops out? Sometimes. Oh, the snowbank's too big. I was gonna say I'll drive over there and just look at the lake from here. This snowbank's got too big over here. Like a sore Peter. Oh, I beat it. I don't give a shit. They make a salve for that, you know? And another problem I got, which isn't really a problem, but this renter right here wants to move across the street, but it ain't done over there, so that's an issue. But, so I'll probably end up finishing some cabinets, because that's really all I got left. Some doors and some cabinets. And then she can go in there, and some carpet. So I might end up doing that before any damn thing. If I can kick this cold. Well, let's go into the chair. Maybe I'll bullshit for a little longer. Go up and look at the lake here real quick. Fuck. I'm gonna have to refinish that picnic table. It's got some deep cracks and I see they're darker than the rest, which means there's water in there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, thank God for the interwebs though, because who the fuck could sit there and listen to the news, the fake news all day? God damn, them people. I would love to see the news just get obliterated and never be on anymore. Local TV and news networks have taken a dive. Most have jumped out the top story window of the place they're at. Oh, shit. I gotta rebuild this swing set too. This is worse for wear. I walked pretty far out there the other day. I got a video somewhere. You can see waves way off the point, way over there. There's a lot of shipwrecks on Lake Superior if you look into it. But there was once a ship that wrecked out there, and there's a couple camps down the way here that have some of the artifacts off them ships on the camp. Because they walked out there and ravaged it, you know, back in the day. Early teens. Yeah, it's too cold for all this. I walked all brown like that, because what that means is the waves have splashed the sand up and over the top, and then it froze all the way down in there. And then it makes it stable. But like this new ice pack you see coming in, if it's white like that, you can go on it, because then you're going to be deaded. And that right there is 30 foot down to the water, to the top of that titty out there. So it don't look like it from here, but pictures don't do justice, and that's why I don't do porn. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, god damn. My woman's family had a sawmill here a long time ago, and that's the original bathhouse right there. 100 years old. If it had some paperwork in that, that would be declared as a, I don't know what they say, a fucking artifact or whatever. Ancient relic, I don't fucking know. She wanted me to redo that place so bad. I'm like, babe, that fucking thing is a piece of shit. You know, if the people that built it would have at least written a date and time and shit in the concrete, which most people do nowadays as builders, they put hoarder in it or something. But nobody did that, so it can't be documented. Fuck. Yeah. Didn't know about that. Oh boy. Man, I'm dying. It's freezing out there. Freezing. Out there in my pajamas. Yeah, historical landmark. That was what I was looking for. It would have been nice if they would have left some kind of documentation. But back where I got my sawmill, probably 500 yards back and to the left, they had a sawmill back there way back in the day. And the train tracks used to run through there in 2 different spots. They took that out in the 2000s, 2010 maybe or something. They took it out. And now they're making a bike path in there. I gotta get some coffee. Oh, I don't even got no coffee. She's gonna make some. Yeah, it's a nice view. Can be. Ain't worth a damn when it's windy out, though. That wind gets a whipping. I don't know what the news have had on here in the last couple days. Something about P. Diddy being found with a plunger up his ass, and They're having their way with all these people on the interwebs, on the news. I don't even know where the remote control is. Nothing better to do in the winter but watch what everyone else is doing. Comedy or fishing. They're catching fish right now in the Whitefish Bay. Do a DNA testing on it. Do a data testing. You send me the money, I'll get that done.
Here at the same time.
I don't care enough. Anything I build's gonna be better than it was back then anyway, so I don't care about none of that. What I'd like to do actually, and I've been talking here and there about, is just selling across the street, get rid of that tax burden. It's not really a burden, but depends how you look at it. Sell it all and then just make a new compound over here. We'd lose the access and the acreage, but if I get too sick, that's what's gonna have to happen. Cause ain't no sense having it if you can't do nothing with it. Cause the only way it'll do any good for my family is if it's turned into something, and I just can't do it like I used to, so the fuck do you do? And this over here is profitable because of the carriage house. So if I built another carriage house, or even if I sold over there, I'd have the money to even pay someone to build something, you know? So I don't know. Anything's possible. Starts with a dream. I don't know. I think I read on here somewhere where in order to talk shit against whoever's on TV, you gotta be subscribed to their channel and be allowed to talk about it or something. That's why if you video someone else's shit and you're talking about what they're talking about, they take you off the air right away. I want to look into that because I don't know, it'd be kind of nice to do that. It's interesting to get on topics like that sometime and have a narrative where you can follow. My brain's just ain't good enough to create my own narrative and question and answer. I'd rather say, hey, look, this is where I think is wrong on what the fuck you're saying, you know? And that's a lot of what I do mostly is go on people's shit and debate or put my 2 cents in just to see where they're going to take it. Yeah, fuck California. The whole state could burn for all I care. I do not care about California at all. Any of them fucking liberal fucking areas. Same thing for the far right. You know, we had a 2-party system for a reason, you know. It's just gotten so greed involved, and you know, just how Rome fell, we will fall too if we don't get a handle on things. Yeah. Hope for the worst, deal with the rest. A lot of people are interested in others trials and tribulations. That's how we learn things. You know, nobody's original, that's for sure. But there's a lot of people that can contribute to life, and it's fucking bullshit. Nobody's going to respond or react the same way, really. And those who do tend to group up like birds of a feather. All good things come to an end, that's for sure. I don't know why. Greed is what kills everything in my eyes. I'm subscribed to a Solid Tooth Sawmill. That's a pretty good channel. Who else am I subscribed to? I'm subscribed to quite a few people. I don't watch them all the time though, but what do you want? What do you want, huh? What do you want? What are you, sad because there's nothing outside to kill? Huh? Murderer? I don't even like you like that. Ow. I got kicked off of so many times for that shit, and all I did was speak the truth. I didn't say nothing out of the way, but they kicked me off. Well, a lot of people get kicked off because maybe you said something at the time where the point was already passed and they were getting on to a different subject, maybe. Or maybe they're just that shallow and didn't want to hear the truth. There's lots of different reasons, I suppose, of getting kicked off. I don't kick nobody off ever. I don't, but that's what freedom of speech is. I mean, say your piece. Ignore me if you don't like what I'm saying, you know? Kick rocks. But don't come on and try to jam your bullshit down my throat when I'm on a different page, you know? Where's your sister, huh? This cat, I've been a dog person my whole life. I've always had big dogs. German Shepherds, Doberman Pinschers, Rotties, all of them. And we got a cat, and that thing would play fetch. It looked just like this one. It would play fetch and bark, kind of. And it got hit by a car because it tried to go across the road. Then we got this one, and she's a beast. She's freaking 15 pounds probably. And we got another little gray cat around here, and that little cat beats the shit out of this one all the time. But she don't go after her for some reason. Why don't you beat that little cat up? So is life. Passing things on to people that are under us. Yeah, but it's hard to tell who's under you or not. And the fact that people are able to just dismiss you with a click of a button is really sick. That gives people a false sense of power, you know? People in this fucking world are crazy for a little power. Ooh, I got power. Ooh. You know? Even the women get a hard on over that one. Even the women. Dude, I don't even want you on me. Yep, the sheep of the world. This dude got some problems. Yep, I don't go on. But at the same time, if you're on someone's channel just spouting off, shooting from the hip, I don't know if that's what you were doing, but people tend to do that a lot. I've been kicked off channels before too, and then I come back and once it posts, I'll write to them and say, "Hey, what the fuck did they kick me off?" And then they took me off of being kicked off for that because someone didn't understand what I was saying, or maybe it got misconstrued. Because that's easy to do too, not understanding what someone's saying or taking it as something else, depending on the topic. Patience is a virtue. But yeah, censoring is bullshit. I don't believe in kicking nobody off, really, unless they're on some fucking twinkety fucking sexual shit. I mean, I can get far out there too sometimes, but there's some real fucking nut jobs out there, and it ain't hard to spot. Stop clawing me or I'm gonna throw you. Cruelty to animals. Yeah, I need to get busy too. I gotta relax here. Oh, I'm way far behind here. What do I got? The shoe they were causing. Did you see that big black cat intercept the football on Dallas football game? No, I don't watch football. I don't like the Coliseum. I don't ever watch sports at all. I'm hard pressed to go to my kid's baseball game. I don't like the fact that people spend more money on football games than they do on fucking grade school. Programs. Stop clawing me, dude, or I'm gonna twist your freaking head off. Hey, there's a problem. Cats are crazy. They don't give no fucks. And also about cats, if you die in your house, a cat will eat you. Whereas if you have a dog and you die in your house, the dog will cry for months and weeks and probably even die themselves. Not a cat. Cat will eat your fucking ass. Diabolical. Dude, I don't even like you that much. Why don't you go away? Huh? What? Huh? Ah, dude. You're gone. See you later. Bye. Get out of here. You want me to razor blade your freaking self? Yeah, I don't get me wrong, I'll go on and troll some people once in a while if they need it. Or if I need it. Because most of them weirdos ain't got shit to talk about anyway. Live their life in misery and debt and just get on here to fucking, I don't even know. But yeah, you get banned. I get banned for 24 hours all the time for talking. And what pisses me off is a lot of times they don't give you a reason. And it's like, well, why did I get cut off? And I think it's because someone goes on and says that you offended them or something. So, how do you fight that? You can't. Watch what you say. And it's just the world we live in until something happens to where it's illegal to fuck with the freedom of speech. But that's what our government's been doing, trying to get rid of freedom of speech and the right to bear arms, number one and number two. Which, who the fuck wants that? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's the only thing that differentiates us from the rest of the world. Even though people don't realize that if a war did ever jump off in this country, there'd be plenty of guns to go around. Fuck, there'd be places from all over trying to sell guns to the whoever. What is your deal today, kitty, huh? You never come over here. Are you sick, huh? Are you dying? Are you sick and dying? No, if you start clawing me, you're gone again, dude. Alright, I'm out. I will see, that cat is trying to make biscuits. That's why he's loving on you. It's an old nursing thing they do. Yeah, I know this fucker. She don't ever come over by me like this, so I don't like them sharp ass claws though. Stop clawing on me. Don't lick me either. I don't like that. And my daughter brutalizes these cats too, so it's funny watching them play with her. You can always tell when she's got something in the house because she'll meow all crazy. Go over there, there'll be something half alive bouncing around on the floor. Look what I brought you. Cancel sit. Cancel shit there and bite your lip off your fingers and don't matter just while you're sitting there alive. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, I'm getting off. You have a good one.